Today's video is brought to you by Street Level Hero. Make sure to check out slhla.com for the month of September because they're having a huge buy one, get one half off sale. You can see the beautiful slabs that they have on screen here, plus they have their exclusive variants. Make sure to check them out before the deal is over. What's going on, everybody? GemMint here, back with another Iron Studios 1/10 scale X-Men statue unboxing. Today we have Sauron, and I'm so happy to get my hands on this guy because when it originally came out, it was a Brazil Comic-Con exclusive, kind of similar to how Cable was. I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to grab him or have to pay a lot on the aftermarket. Thankfully, like Cable, this did become available to the US as well. We'll get into that later, but Sauron first appeared as Carl Lycos in X-Men 59 back in August of 1969. It would be the next issue, X-Men 60, when he would become Sauron. He was created by Roy Thomas and Neil Adams, who depicted him as a human-like pterodactyl who had superhuman abilities as well as hypnotic eyes. For me, I remember him more from the X-Men animated series days. Alright, so it's a pretty modest sized box, not as large as Mojo, which we just reviewed. Removing the lid, we can see Sauron and the base. It almost looks like just two pieces, but no, the tail is separate as well, so we can see the three pieces. Let's take a look at the base. Again, no edition size on the 1/10 scale line, although they do tend to sell out and not be available. You have a base that companions with the rest of the line, the muddy bottom with the grass on top. It's outside of the school, Xavier's mansion. You can see these destroyed columns and a little piece of Sentinel, which adds a nice color pop and ties it in with everything else. Here's all the damage and mud on the inner gears. All right, nice little base. Here is the tail. There is a lot of attention to detail with the scaling, with the paint applications. I like how the tail kind of looks like a leaf on one side, kind of on both sides. Got the movement there, and then Sauron himself. And man, the portrait is so well done. I mean, the teeth and the tongue, those gums on the side of his jaw, that big beak face, and then the wingspan. Beautiful with that leather-like texturing. You could see so much went into this smaller piece. You have the scales on his legs, giving him that lizard-like look with the clawed toes. That's where his tail will key in. And then he's got the fabric, which is sculpted but has great movement. Love the wingspan. Love how the back looks. Coming up to his right leg, which will key into the base right here. Look at the detail. You can see the toenails on the toe. That looks great, man. Sauron, let's go ahead and get this assembled. So very easy assembly. I showed you the notch on his leg, so that'll go into the side of the base. Moving up, we're gonna just find the way the tail fits. And that's the assembly. Before we jump into it, this one, like I said, became available to the United States through Sideshow, retailing $265. We can see that it's 15.3 inches tall, and the wingspan is about 13.5 inches. I know some people have commented that it's a high price point for a 1/10 scale statue, but I feel like it has the detail of a quarter scale, just shrunken down. And standing at about 15 inches, not that small. All right, so a quick look at the base with Sauron assembled before we get into the full reveal. Again, the broken columns. I like the paint applications on them. They have that stone, yellowish, whitish type of look. You have the grass and the dirt, just adding some nice contrast of color. And then the Sentinel piece. I know people are sick of Sentinels. I like how this is just kind of like a little nod to it. It doesn't overpower the base, and I cannot wait to see it displayed with all the other proximity pieces with the Sentinels. This one has that very dull metallic blue and a muddy look on the interior pistons that looks like this piece has been damaged for some time. And then moving up to Sauron, I love how dynamic he is. I like how they take these risks and put him on the side of his calf so that he almost looks like he's flying. Doesn't look like he's stationary or in a museum pose. That enormous wingspan just showing off. The tail adding movement, the loincloth adding that movement. And so much great sculpted in details. I mean, he's ripped. The abdominals look crazy. So from that to the scaled texture on his legs and on his back, the leather-like wing texture, man, he just looks amazing. But the standout is definitely this portrait. I mean, wow. I mean, the interior of the mouth looks so lifelike. Those long rows of sharp teeth with great paint applications, great shininess to the inside of the mouth. He looks angry. I can hear him screaming in my ear with that long beak. And we're also catching all the nice colors of the green. You can see it's not flat. It looks realistic. It looks lifelike. Amazing paint job. And here we have Sauron in all his glory. Like I said, over 15 inches tall, 13.5 inch wingspan. Cannot wait to add this to the rest of the Sentinel diorama pieces. I have everything boxed up right now. This is a temporary background behind me. we are working on getting those custom shelves built so we can put everything back on display. But let me know what you think about Sauron in the comments down below. We appreciate you watching. Stay minty fresh. Peace.